From the golden wheat fields of America to the endless coffee plantations of Brazil, harvest season has always been one of the most exciting and impressive moments in global agriculture. It is not only the time when farmers finally reap the rewards of months of hard work and dedication, but also the season when massive machines begin operating at full capacity across enormous farmlands around the world. Over the years, modern technology has completely transformed the way crops are harvested. Tasks that once required hundreds of workers can now be completed in just a few hours thanks to advanced agricultural machinery. From raspberry harvesters that gently shake fruit from delicate branches, to automatic peanut diggers that clean away soil, and giant coffee harvesting machines working non-stop across vast hillsides. All of these technologies create scenes that are both breathtaking and overwhelming in scale. These innovations do far more than simply increase productivity. They also help ensure that crops maintain the highest possible quality before reaching markets around the world. And today, we are going to explore some of the most spectacular harvest seasons on Earth, places where humans and machines work together in near-perfect harmony to create the true miracles of modern agriculture. Our first stop on this journey takes us to vast raspberry fields, where harvest season moves with incredible speed and precision. Within just a few short weeks, every ripe berry must be collected before it becomes too soft and loses its quality. That is exactly why modern harvesting machines have become almost essential on large-scale farms. As the machines operate, they move slowly along each row of plants. On both sides of the harvester, specially designed shaking systems create gentle vibrations that cause only the ripe raspberries to fall at the perfect moment without damaging the branches. Beneath the plants, soft collection trays and conveyor belts carefully catch the berries as they drop. But that process is only the beginning. While the machine moves through the field, workers still carefully monitor the harvest, removing leaves, stems, and berries that do not meet quality standards. Unripe berries are left on the plants for a few more days until the machines return for the next harvesting cycle. Thanks to the combination of human attention and modern technology, the entire process moves quickly, while still ensuring that every raspberry maintains its freshness, sweetness, and nearly perfect appearance before reaching the market. Leaving behind the bright red raspberry fields, we continue our journey to the vast vineyards that produce the grapes used for world-famous wines and countless food products. Unlike many other fruits, grapes must be harvested at exactly the right moment to achieve the ideal balance of sweetness and juice content. Harvesting even a few days too early or too late can dramatically affect the quality of the entire crop. That is why modern vineyards increasingly rely on highly specialized harvesting machines built for precision. Once the machines begin operating, they move steadily through the endless rows of grapevines. Inside the harvester, soft shaking systems gently loosen the ripe grape clusters without damaging the plants themselves. Immediately afterward, the grapes pass through airflow systems and conveyor belts that automatically remove leaves, small branches, and dust. The entire process happens continuously within just a matter of seconds. Under the warm light of late harvest season, long lines of harvesting machines moving through the vineyards create a truly spectacular scene, one that looks more like a giant industrial production line in the middle of nature than a traditional farm. After the endless vineyards, our harvest journey takes us to the massive sweet corn fields of America, where gigantic harvesting machines operate almost non-stop throughout the day. Sweet corn is one of the crops that requires extremely fast harvesting because it quickly loses its freshness and natural sweetness shortly after reaching full ripeness. That is why the entire process must be planned with almost perfect precision. As the harvesters move through the fields, they travel steadily along each row of corn. The cutting system at the front rapidly separates the stalks, while the fully matured ears of corn are lifted onto conveyor belts and transferred into large storage containers at the back of the machine. What is truly remarkable is that a single harvester can replace the work of dozens of manual laborers from the past. From above, the entire field looks alive with movement as lines of enormous machines advance one after another through the endless sea of green crops. Modern technology not only increases productivity, but also helps farmers dramatically reduce both harvesting time and production costs during every season. And if you're also amazed by these gigantic harvesting machines, comment 1 below and continue exploring some of the most spectacular harvest seasons in the world. The excitement of harvest season does not stop with the massive cornfields. It continues at large-scale cabbage farms, where the pace of work becomes even more intense. Cabbage is a crop that must be handled quickly and carefully to maintain its freshness before reaching the market. That is why many modern farms now rely on specialized harvesting machines capable of cutting, cleaning, and collecting the crop in one continuous process. As the machines move steadily along the cabbage rows, cutting blades underneath quickly separate the roots from the soil. Immediately afterward, cabbages that meet the required size standards are lifted onto continuously moving conveyor belts above the machine. During the process, old or damaged outer leaves are automatically removed, significantly reducing the amount of post-harvest processing needed later. But perhaps the most interesting part is that even though machines now perform most of the heavy labor, human workers still play an extremely important role. Workers stand alongside the conveyor belts, carefully inspecting each cabbage and quickly removing any products that fail to meet quality standards before the vegetables are packaged and shipped to markets around the world. Leaving behind the lush green vegetable fields, we continue our journey into cotton harvest season 1 of the most highly mechanized processes in modern agriculture. In the southern states of America, when cotton fields begin turning completely white like they are covered in snow, giant harvesting machines start operating non-stop from early morning until late in the evening. Unlike many other crops, cotton must be harvested quickly to prevent strong winds or rain from damaging the fiber quality. That is why modern cotton harvesters are designed to process multiple rows at the same time, increasing harvesting speed many times over compared to traditional methods. As the machines move across the fields, rotating spindles at the front continuously spin and gently pull the cotton fibers away from the plants. The harvested cotton is then carried into a massive storage chamber located at the back of the machine. What makes the newest harvesters even more impressive is their ability to automatically compress the cotton into huge modules while still operating in the field. From above, these enormous cotton modules lined up across the landscape create a truly spectacular view. And this is exactly why the modern cotton industry is able to operate on such a massive scale while still maintaining extremely high harvesting speed and fiber quality. After the massive cotton harvest season, the scenery changes completely as we arrive at the endless wheat fields of the western United States. Once the wheat has been harvested, huge amounts of dry straw remain spread across the fields. And that is exactly when giant baling machines begin operating non-stop to make use of nearly every remaining part of the crop. As tractors move slowly across the farmland, the baling system behind them gathers the straw into a compression chamber, where it is tightly packed into large rectangular bales that are almost perfectly identical in size. Just minutes later, the finished straw bales are continuously pushed out behind the machine and neatly placed across the field. From above, the landscape looks almost perfectly organized, with endless straight rows of straw bales stretching toward the horizon. What makes the process even more impressive is that nearly the entire operation is automated, saving enormous amounts of time and labor. These straw bales are later used as livestock feed or bedding material for large farming operations. And if you're also amazed by these gigantic agricultural machines, comment 1 right now and continue exploring even more spectacular and modern harvest seasons from around the world. Continuing beyond the vast wheat fields, our harvest journey takes us to California, a region famous for its endless carrot fields, stretching far into the distance. Unlike many vegetables that grow above the ground, carrots develop deep beneath layers of hard soil, which means the harvesting process requires an extremely high level of precision to avoid breaking or damaging the roots. That is exactly why modern farms rely on specialized harvesting machines designed to dig and lift carrots almost simultaneously. As the machines begin operating, cutting blades underneath carefully loosen the soil surrounding the carrots, while gripping belts above firmly hold the leafy tops and pull the entire carrots out of the ground. Just seconds later, long streams of freshly harvested carrots move continuously along conveyor belts before being transferred directly into trucks driving beside the harvester. Thanks to their incredible operating speed, these machines can harvest dozens of hectares in a single day, helping farmers significantly reduce labor costs while minimizing crop loss after harvest. Carrots are far from the only crops being harvested with highly advanced machinery. Peanuts are another perfect example of how modern technology has transformed agriculture around the world. In major peanut-producing countries such as the United States and China, harvest season is a time when entire fields operate almost non-stop. Once the peanut plants begin turning yellow and the pods beneath the soil reach the ideal level of dryness, giant peanut digging machines move into the fields. At the front of the machine, specially designed blades cut deep beneath the soil to lift the entire peanut plant out of the ground without losing the pods attached to the roots. Immediately afterward, vibrating systems continuously shake away the soil surrounding the plants before the peanuts are laid neatly in rows across the field to dry naturally under the sun. A few days later, another type of machine moves through the fields again to collect the dried plants. Inside the harvester, powerful systems rapidly separate the peanuts from the vines while also removing dirt, sand, and other debris before transferring the cleaned peanuts into massive storage containers at the back of the machine. The entire process operates continuously like a giant industrial production line spread across endless farmland. Leaving behind the dusty peanut fields, our harvest journey now takes us to Iran, one of the world's most famous pistachio-producing countries. During harvest season, vast orchards become incredibly busy, as large tree-shaking machines operate non-stop from morning until evening. Unlike many other fruits and nuts, pistachios must be harvested very quickly once they reach peak ripeness to prevent the outer shells from discoloring or the kernels inside from losing quality. As the machines move toward each tree, a massive mechanical arm tightly grips the trunk before shaking it with powerful high-frequency vibrations. Within just a few seconds, thousands of pistachios rain down onto large catching frames and collection sheets positioned around the base of the tree. What makes the process so impressive is that the vibration strength is carefully calculated to remove the nuts efficiently without damaging the trees themselves. Immediately afterward, the pistachios move onto conveyor systems where leaves, small branches, and debris are removed before the nuts are sorted and transported to processing facilities. From above, the giant machines moving through endless rows of trees create a stunningly modern scene, showing just how dramatically technology has transformed agriculture today. While pistachio orchards in Iran buzz with the movement of giant tree-shaking machines, harvest season in Brazil, the world's largest coffee-producing country, also enters its busiest time of the year. Across vast hillsides covered with coffee trees, specialized harvesting machines move continuously through rows stretching all the way to the horizon. Unlike the traditional hand-picking methods used in the past, modern harvesters can now collect coffee at incredible speed while still minimizing damage to the branches and unripe cherries. As the machines operate, vibrating systems along both sides gently shake the branches, causing the ripe red coffee cherries to fall onto conveyor belts below. At the same time, leaves, small branches, and debris are quickly removed while the machine continues moving through the plantation. What amazes many people is that a single machine can replace the work of dozens of manual laborers in just one day. Thanks to these modern agricultural technologies, Brazil continues to maintain its position as the world's leading coffee exporter, producing enormous quantities of coffee every year. After the endless coffee-covered hills of Brazil, our harvest journey takes us to the bright red cranberry fields of the eastern United States, one of the most unique harvest scenes in the world. Unlike most other fruits, cranberries are often harvested in flooded fields. When harvest season begins, farmers pump water into the entire field before using specialized machines to gently stir the water and separate the berries from the vines. What makes cranberries especially fascinating is that each berry contains tiny air pockets inside, allowing them to float to the surface immediately after being detached. Within just a few minutes, the entire field transforms into a massive red sea filled with millions of floating cranberries, creating a breathtaking sight that amazes almost everyone who sees it. Afterward, automated collection systems slowly gather the berries into large clusters before pumping them into trucks for transportation to processing facilities. This is yet another perfect example of how modern technology continues making agriculture more efficient year after year. And if you're also amazed by these incredible harvest seasons, comment 1 below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue exploring even more advanced agricultural technologies from around the world.